20-20 in points in the paint. Over the second half, 30-12 in favor of YSU, plus 35-8 in bench points. Speak to that.
First of all, Greg, I thought tonight, I know for the fans and I know for the coaches, it's stressful on us, and fans probably think we stink and all that good stuff, but sometimes you need a couple games like this. I thought Westminster was really prepared, got really good players. I think they'll win their league. I think people should go see that team play. But to answer your question, Greg, college basketball is so much different than the NBA. I told my guys there, they watch too much NBA. They need to watch college basketball. That's where they're playing. Kids don't make contested jump shots. Kids make layups or step-in threes. So for years and years, when we were at West Virginia, we were at Cincinnati, we were at Fairmont State, we survived on holding teams to 5 or 6 threes, shoot mid-range pull-up jumpers that are contained in contest, and no layups. It's a real simple philosophy. This basketball is not rocket science. And I think in the second half, that's what we did. And that's why we won the game. But you gotta get that done in the first half. But we continue to try to get better. We had some bickering on the bench. I thought in the first half, our guys are a little shell-shocked, to be quite honest with you. I think some people's perception of Westminster was totally different than some others. But I've been in those games, Greg. We lost to Northern Kentucky when they were Division II when I was at West Virginia. My very first scout ever. So I'm scouting the game. We lose the game. So I've been in these games. I know what they're about. But hopefully our guys realize where we're at, okay, because we're not a very good defensive basketball team. And that's the fact of the matter. We got to get better. And the only way you get better is you do what Garrett Covington does and you do what Braun Hartfield does. If we had 10 Garrett Covingtons, Greg, we win the league. We'll win the league because he plays the game the right way. He prepares the right way. He doesn't ask questions. He doesn't second-guess the coaches. He doesn't second-guess it. He gets in the gym and he works. And he's going to be a fan favorite. That's why he's really, really good right now. Sorry to go on that rant, but, man.
Coach, two-part question. Number one, I'm not going to ask for you. I'm asking for the players.
Yeah.
Do you think they took this D3 team too lightly in the first half? And in the second half, Westminster scored 34 points. Is that the defense, the style of defense that you want to see from your team?
Well, we can't play the style that I want to play. A couple reasons. Number one, we don't have the depth. Simple as that. When you're down 2 point guards, one's got half a knee, one knee. He's playing on one knee. It's remarkable what this kid's doing. He's barely practicing. And then Jeremiah Ferguson's not in there. So we don't have the depth to play the system that I want to play. But also we don't have the toughness factor yet. That's what's missing to get the losing disease out of this program. And it's frustrating, and it's going to get better. I hope the fans understand that because I'm not one to sit around and watch that too long. We've got to clean a lot of things up, but it starts in recruiting, and then it starts with coaching. And we got to coach better, and we certainly got to continue to find good players. Nothing.
Can you speak to, a lot of local kids?
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, I like that. I think it's what brings communities together. I don't know their coach. I like to get to know him. I'm new in town, but I respect him. I'll probably write him a handwritten note tomorrow before I get on the plane and tell him he does a phenomenal job. They're good. They're like you said, they're trying to build it. But some of their guys came in with a huge chip on their shoulder, and they would die to sit in that seat right there behind you. And those are the kids that you want to have. You don't want guys that feel entitled. You don't want guys that come in and don't work. That team really pushed us around for 20 minutes. So you got to give them credit. I have nothing but respect for that coach and those kids and all the local kids. There's 9 kids. My wife said it's going to be a battle. We knew last night watching the tape, I knew it was going to be a game because you look at our team, we have no game experience. Who has any game experience on our roster? Right? Devin Haygood plays 20 minutes last year. He was never in any big games. He's never been in a big game, very rarely, last 2 years. Cisco, you can't really put him out there that much. Cam Morse has been in big games. Braun Hartfield didn't play till halfway through the year last year. Other than that, you got 7 guys that have never played college basketball. So at times we're going to look like a D2. We're going to look like a D3. But we have the bodies. We just got to get more game experience and get better.
At the end of the day, like, what do you take most from this ball?
I would say right now we got a lot of work to do. Westminster's a lot better than everybody thinks. I'd be anxious to see how many games they win. But we've got to get a lot tougher and a lot more together. I think our togetherness is missing. I think we're still blending the old players with the new players, and that's hard. You know, change is really, really hard, and you don't really get to see what you got. You can have all the practices and all the scrimmages you want, but until you get out there and compete and see them against a great crowd tonight, you know, this city's behind our team. It's been awesome. You don't really know what you got, but we got a lot of guys that need game experience, as you can see. Naz Bohannon has really struggled lately. Michael, 5 turnovers tonight. They're freshmen. This is their fourth game. They've never played. They don't really know how to play yet. So it's frustrating. We look poorly coached. It's a nightmare right now, honestly. If you really want to know, it's a real nightmare. That we'll get better, I promise you.
Is the 3-game road trip that's coming up, is that, I mean, you want to play great basketball, but is that also, okay, we're going to be on the road for 3 consecutive days. Let's do some bonding here.
Yeah, let's bond. Let's air some things out. You know, if I heard one guy on the bench say we got to play harder. You know, guys are encouraging each other. Cisco, I thought, was great. This could be an important trip. You know, like I said in the press conference, we could come back here next week and be real happy. Or all the Penguin fans could say, "Wow, Calhoun's in a total rebuild." They're not very good. You know, the injury to Santiago and the Ferguson, and you know, it's a total rebuild. But I think you just got to put things in perspective. This was a good game for us. This is great that we had to work. Who wants to win by 40 or whatever we won by 80 some points? But we're not happy where we're at. You know, we got a lot of glaring problems because you guys know, you're basketball fans. You've seen basketball. You see missed box outs. You see laziness. Right? You see 23 turnovers. There's a lot of concern.
Is this closer? Is this on the horizon, like where you want the team to be, or is it closer, like right in front of you? What do you think?
I think we're a long ways to go, man. I mean, I've been involved with a lot of games and seen kids play hard for 40 minutes. It all starts in practice, right? If you're going to have bad practices, you're not going to be very good. Like we can't string 2 consecutive practices the way I want to practice and the demands that I have on our guys. They can't do it yet. So that's why you're not that good. Practice makes perfect. When we start having really good practices, then I'll call Greg and say, we're going to be really good because we're starting to figure it out. But we got a lot of time. You know, the point would be to get ready for conference play, you know, get ready to roll.